Hello again, everybody. We are back and live on Spaces. Mike's working this weekend. Still don't know what happened last time. There's George. Let me make him a co-host. All right. I sound okay, right, buddy? All right. No, just last weekend was the thing with the glitch.
Yeah, you'll know if something's up.
Well, like I couldn't hear it last time. I couldn't.
I can. You'll know about it quickly.
I was asking. I know that was the best way, easy way to introduce you. I don't know. How you doing, bud?
I like when I show up and I look at the background and I see Josh Allen makes NFL history with 6 touchdowns. Awesome. It's a good day.
Yeah,
it's a good day.
That's your boy, right? Yep.
We've been around Buffalo and stuff. People have been talking. I'm like, dudes everywhere on TV doing commercials. Let's play some football and forget about the commercials.
Yeah,
Jeez.
I mean, but people, that's how people operate, though. I get that. People,
I understand it. But
no, I just, yeah, we were talking earlier today. Like I was saying, like I'm not a big superstitious guy with sports fans, but I'm pretty big on like jinxes. And yeah, there's been a couple of times where my teams have been jinxed by people being stupid. I get it. You're like, just let's get a little further into the season. Let's get some wins first before we're like anointing you as the chosen one.
Right. Yeah, it was 20. I think it was 22-21. And I had to do something, and I'm like, okay, I'll go outside for a little bit. Came back in, Buffalo was up by a little more. I'm like, well, I'm gonna stay outside now.
Yeah, right? Yeah, exactly. I totally get that 100%.
That's the way it works.
Yep. Oh, absolutely. That's the thing. Like, so I'll give the example I was talking about. So a couple of seasons ago, my soccer team, Tottenham, was doing pretty well at the beginning of the season, but I've got a rule that you can't really look at the table or care where they are in the rankings, like, you know, where they are in the season until I always say after Christmas, like I always say like in January, and people like the second week of November, like we're top of the league, we're first place. And I'm like, guys, don't. And like that game we lost we got our asses kicked and like 3 players hurt for 2 to 6 months. I'm like, thanks guys. You jinxed us. Way to go, people.
That's the way it goes.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's what people, yeah, no, it's,
I
just call it cheap speed.
I was watching hockey last night, Sabres game. They were playing Detroit. They were down to 4-1.
Yeah.
I'm going for a walk. Go for a walk, come back. I see the tying goal at 4-4. They went to overtime. They beat Detroit 5-4. I'm like, all right, there we go.
Hey, whatever works, man. Whatever works. I used to, yeah, no, I mean, you gotta, you know, I'm not a person who's gonna like wear the same underwear or whatever, but if you're in a certain spot or something works. I know a lot of people that are crazy superstitious about it though.
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
Do what they want. So.
I've told you behind the scenes, and I'm sure I've told everyone else, I'm 60. Before I die, I want just one championship. Bills, say something. Indoor lacrosse does not count.
No, right? No, you got to be. I mean, it's got to be one of the big 4, right? Well, I mean, you know, they don't have an NBA team. Yeah,
dude, they're the champs of lacrosse for their awesome lacrosse team, but I could care less.
Right? Yeah. What would he do? Yeah, that was like the Arizona Rattlers, the indoor football team. The arena football team was a real good for a few seasons.
You know what I found the other day that I thought you would like? It's very funny. I saw in my ticket stub collection, I have a Buffalo Stallions ticket. And then next to it, I have the MISL All-Star Game ticket that I went to. So I went to indoor soccer.
There was an indoor soccer team here. What were they? I think that's Sand Sharks or someone with a shark. I don't quite remember. The early 90s. I remember that.
That was interesting. Man. I couldn't believe I had that. I'm like, oh, Jake could be proud of me. I watched soccer games. That's nice.
I mean, they tried for a while, especially around the World Cup and what was that, 94 when it was here. People really wanted to make it a thing. And like, it's so hard because it's so grassroots everywhere else. Like people, it's ingrained in the culture, and like the teams and clubs have been doing it in those local areas for, you know, forever. It's essentially, like I always say, the easiest comparison for me in this state, in this country, is college football. Like it's just ingrained in the area, and it's just part of it. It's hard to, no, I get you.
My son played soccer for like 3-4 years. God, I love my son, but I hated going to that.
Well,
God,
I mean,
so boring.
That's the thing.
They were 6, 7, 8 years
right.
old.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like I was gonna say, I mean, any sport at that age it can be tough, but soccer can be tough for people, especially like I've always said it. it's not like everybody's like, oh, it's a low scoring. I'm like, yeah, but it's a game of build up and it's like it's ebbs and flows and like the almost it's a part of the game with it, but you're not getting that with kids. You're not seeing anybody burn past somebody with skills
into the ball.
Yeah, right. I always remember my mom's story that she had when I was a kid playing first soccer that like anytime a plane would fly overhead, all the kids would stop and just watch it.
Makes sense.
And like one of the coaches is screaming for one of the kids, just get the ball and kill. Cause even the goalies are like, duh. Like, I have no recollection of this, but that's one of my mom's favorite stories.
And there's always the one kid that's actually very good.
Oh no, for sure.
So the coach says, give the ball to Brian.
Yeah, right.
Brian goes all the way.
I think that was a couple of years later when everybody's still looking at the sky. You don't know who's who. But I can remember that as I got older because I was pretty good for a while. I was actually really good for a bit until like 95 when I went to Australia and kind of put my knee up and never really recovered properly from that. But I mean, I was decent. I played. And I mean, my dad was a coach, so that helped, but I love the game. It's fun. It's the most team sport possible. Like you cannot do it by yourself. No, you can't. I mean, like Cristiano Ronaldo is the best player in the world, right? How many World Cups has he got?
I consider hockey one of the best teams.
No, it is. I'm just saying like soccer's got those things where people look at like a specific star, like basketball, where there's like a big star. A lot of times a big star can carry a team. Soccer, because the field's so spread out, like you need the whole team to work together. Like that's why Messi only finally won the World Cup recently because the Argentinian team is really good now. They finally got good enough where they actually have a full, complete team. Hockey's up there too, though, because you need everybody. Like everybody's got a job. Football's similar too, but like it's one of those things where there's certain sports where a star can maybe not win it for you, but get you close or drag it. And a lot of times,
case in point where Josh Allen gets 6 touchdowns.
Right. I was gonna say Al Bundy with the 4 touchdowns, but you got.
He throws 6 in a game. That's impressive. I gotta be honest.
Definitely. Even in today's game where it's geared towards that, that's still not like a normal thing. I mean, we're living in a world now where it's much more focused on passing and scoring. And even now that's not anywhere normal. I feel like still 3 or 4 is a great game.
Absolutely.
Oh man.
Oh, well, welcome everybody to our conversation.
We just like the BS at the beginning for it here. Yeah.
So you want to start with, let's see, I wrote down Saturday night's main event for a reason because we kind of missed something on it that I wanted to touch on.
On with what now? I saw you post that in the build up and I wasn't 100% sure. I get, like, what Cena was talking about with like the exhibitions or whatever.
On Peacock will be all NXT talent versus WWE talent in exhibition matches.
Oh, that's the whole card. Okay, I mean,
that's what he said.
4 matches. Okay. I heard I heard a mention of that on, I think, the Cornette podcast, and yeah, I heard him talking about because I was on NXT where he was talking about it, but I guess I wasn't paying as close of attention, or
I caught that quick, but we just kind of missed it on the show, and
no, it's not me. I didn't.
I
didn't quite. Yes, please. No, I mean, so have they announced any? I mean, because I know Javon Evans is wrestling Gunther tomorrow, right? Like that's in the tournament, but obviously this is different than that. With it, do they have any announcement of who's going to be on it, any part of it, or how they're going to decide it?
That I've seen anyway.
Okay. No, I was just wondering, like, how are they going to decide that, especially with? I
gotta think it's just going to be pick an NXT star, and he's going to go against Seth. Not Seth Rollins, but AJ Styles. Right. And pick another NXT star, he's going against Dominic. Pick another NXT star, he's going against Gunther. Pick another NXT star, she's going against Rhea. Shit like that.
Right. No, I get you. I get that. No,
but it says exhibitions, so that kind of means you're going to see, you'll see some cool stuff, and you'll see some NXT talents get put over, shit like that.
Yeah, and I think it's also so like if they have a babyface match, it doesn't impact it.
They're not going to schedule that.
Well, I mean, they could. I don't know. You never know what they're gonna do. I feel like the exhibition is just so it's like. I mean, it's
they're gonna build up. They're gonna build up their NXT guys, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, as well they should.
That's the idea.
Especially with we've been talking about it forever about who's gonna come up or like who's needs to be replaced at different spots of things, especially with like. There's certain people I've been talking about Trick Williams for months now that he's ready to go. I said Bound for Glory was the last thing he needed to do at NXT. And I don't know, it felt like the last man standing match was a send off, but then Miles Bourne still has some beef with him. So I don't know.
It's too bad they're having that tournament. I just came up with a real good idea in my head. If
well,
that tournament wasn't going on, John Cena could take on like Obafemi. Exhibition match, all good.
Right, no, right, yeah. No, I just I don't know what, and because of the tournament, I'm wondering, and not because that tournament's going its own way. I don't know how they're going to pick people for that. Like which NXT people get picked, which people from Raw do. That's or SmackDown.
This whole Saturday night's main event's going to be a separate thing on its own besides Cena's match. Cena's match is the main event, obviously. That's going to be his thing.
Yeah,
and all the prior stuff's just going to be.
But I mean, it's only going to be 90 minutes because his last match is going to take a half hour because there's going to be something afterwards.
I can go 2 hours. It's Peacock. No one cares. It goes as long as they want.
They haven't though.
They will on this one.
I mean, that's a good point. I feel like you're right. Peacock will want them to. Yeah, it's a good point.
Absolutely. I'd stick for 2. I'm sticking for 2 hours if it goes 2. No problem.
Yeah, I'm going to watch that no matter what, front to back. I didn't know what they. I didn't know if there was like an amount of matches that were announced. Like if he said it would, the 3 other matches it would take.
No, he said NXT talent versus WWE talent exhibition. He didn't narrow it down though, but that's cool.
Yeah, no, I'm down for that, especially for all of them. Because I mean, shit, for us, we've been talking about NXT for a long time. I've been pushing of how, like I said, of how good it is and how there's certain people that have a lot of talent on there and see what they can do. I mean, obviously, just thinking about it, you're like, all right, well, Javon Evans is almost probably going to be on that because he's proven to be a star. I would think if they're going to be exhibitions, maybe they'll have some champions in there. Like maybe you could see that. So then like Ricky Saints could be a part of it or Dan Paxley.
Wins and losses aren't going to matter, obviously.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
Well, if you say it's an exhibition, then it doesn't have to be for a title match if somebody takes on somebody or whatever with it. Okay. Now that's intriguing. I'm wondering how many matches there are going to be, and B, who's going to be in them.
Be fun. Plus they've learned from the last time, no commercials during matches. I was just going to say
the last, and do the commercials be in between. It's fine. And if the match is going to be a super long match, which none of these would be, you can do one in the middle or whatever. But yeah, no, they did it perfectly last time.
No, they got good at it last time. They were perfect.
Their production team, good leadership, identify the problem. Let's figure out how to fix it and move forward. I respect that. I really do.
And which is good. What's good also now is YouTube TV and Disney came to their agreement.
Oh, yeah.
And I got my email from YouTube, got my $20 back from YouTube, and WWE is included in this new deal.
Just like that. So, all right. So you don't have to pay extra for it, which is how, that's how it is.
Because I wanted to see, I was waiting to cancel. I'm waiting for the event before I cancel what I ordered though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh no, for sure. Yeah. You want it confirmed. It's like, you don't quit your old job till you get your new job. Yeah. That kind of thing. No,
I knew that. I told you way back when I said, when this deal's in, WWE has got to be included in this deal somewhere.
Yeah. No, because especially now, they're a flagship. What brand you want to call them? I don't know, whatever you want to call them with ESPN, but that's their main things were like NFL, NBA, and WWE, right? I think so.
Baseball, hockey. I think I still got everything going.
Yeah, no, that's especially nowadays. You've got to be diversified. You got to have a lot to offer people. There's so many options, and as we've talked about, and as we've seen a lot with wrestling, you've got to be important. You've got to be live with sports. Not much else is as important for sports is, especially these days. Shit. Look at the ratings now.
It's a lot of stuff happening. It changes daily. So much going on.
Yeah, no, for sure. But that's where the only thing that we've seen for sure that the new ratings have helped is sports. So, I don't know what they're, what else.
Yeah, the system's different. Dynamite won this week with 600,000. So
yeah, that's where I was kind of going to lead it into, was that part of it too. If we wanted to, because I would talk about that before SmackDown, but that was, that wasn't surprising though, in the sense.
No, it was blood and guts.
Right. That's going to draw people. That's going to draw people in from both sides. That's going to draw in the people like the casual AEW fans, if you want to call them that, or like the people that pay attention, kind of like we were talking about with NXT, that don't have to watch it live, but catch up on tape or online or DVR or whatever. But for blood and guts, you want to watch it live because you know if there's going to be things edited out because you knew they're going to be allowed to do whatever they want. And there's also going to draw the hate watchers, like people who want to make fun of it.
Say what you want. It's kind of a draw name. I mean, blood and guts. You see it, you're going to want to watch it. I mean,
right. Well, and
like
you know, it's going to be like, if that's what you're into and that's what you want to watch, you know, you're going to get it from 2 different matches. And then they threw in a third match just to have a lot, was it, no disqualification or last man standing or whatever the hell it was. I don't know. False count anywhere. That's what it was. Jesus. But I mean, I'm not surprised that what was NXT, like 540, 530, something like that?
554.
550. Okay. Right. All right. So it was close in that sense, but I mean, it makes sense that but again,
next week.
They didn't. Yeah.
We'll see what happens next week.
Now, my surprise is that Tony didn't like go live or do something like fully celebrating that. Cause usually like somebody, I think
they've gotten better at this. We were talking about this behind the scenes. They've gotten
that's why I wanted to bring it up.
A lot better at this.
You're right. Like, and I think maybe like he finally realized he was looking dumb with that and just focusing on his own stuff. Unfortunately, by the time he's done that, it's already pretty much a destroyed situation.
Yeah, but still he kept his mouth shut, so that's good.
Yeah, I was expecting it. Like because we talked about it too when NXT's rating came out. We were like, Dynamite's going to be really close to it. I thought it would be like, 540 to 555, but then it made sense of why it was over at 6 and beat NXT for the first time I know they probably beat him one other time this year, I think, maybe twice. So, I mean, good for them, but it's not going to be anything beyond that. And Tony didn't celebrate. I mean, he posted stuff like, thanks everybody for watching. Like that was his best way of doing it. I think there's somebody who, like he has a proofreader now on his social media, maybe. I don't know. There's no more like bald assholes.
He was answering everybody.
Was he?
Talking about Collision. Anybody that would write anything great show. Tony would write back a friggin' thank you for watching WT. This whole stuff like constantly promoting. Just say thanks.
I mean, he probably just has it like copied and saved and is just pasting it when he wants to. You know what I mean? Like,
let's see if I can find a couple of these.
No, I mean, it doesn't surprise me though, because that's what Tony does. He responds to nobodies, or he goes on shows that have 200 followers and 10,000 videos and nobody. Why? But
Tony, you're always welcome. Always welcome.
Anytime. Yes, we will. I would be more than happy to have
see, he did get better. Never mind. I take back what I said.
Well, he didn't.
Somebody wrote, I'm enjoying this episode of Collision. It was great matches. And Tony wrote back, thank you for watching. That's good. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
thank you for all who watched Collision. Yeah, he did all right. Take back what I said. Never mind. And I apologize to Tony Khan.
I don't feel, and if he's doing it, and even if he was talking some shit in a response to somebody, that's not as bad as his own tweets, or like when he would try to use his promotion tweets to throw digs at other people. Like it never did him any good. It didn't get him any viewers. It was the same as like Tony Schiavone being told by Bischoff, that'll put butts in seats. Ugh. Same idea. Same concept. Same bullshit.
Okay. So Full Gear's next week. Next Saturday.
It's not, yeah, it is oh God.
And they have the tailgate brawl ahead of time as they did last time.
Yeah.
I just seen Tony's cut here. So
I saw the tweet that had like Full Gear week, like all the stuff. So apparently Collision is on. They're doing the Dynamite.
They're doing a double tape.
Yeah, I don't think it's on tape. I think it's a double airing. I think it's just all airing, and then even afterwards, there's like.
I just call it double taping just because I'm used to it. Sorry.
I get you. Well, sometimes they'll air Dynamite, tape Collision, and air it afterward. But no, so it's going to be a 2-hour Dynamite, a 2-hour Collision, or maybe they make it 1 hour, or is it 1 hour? I don't know. But then they're going to have the countdown show after that. TBS is going to be nothing but AEW. Is this going to be Moxley taking over the Superstation again? Are they going to do that business?
Well, the countdown show won't come on until Saturday.
No, they do the other thing. It's not I think they call it the countdown show, but they call the one online 0 hour. It's like what they do. It's like their 30-minute video to promote the pay-per-view. Like it's
then the tailgate brawl will be the one no one knows where to watch.
Yes. Yeah, because it's only, I saw that.
Is it on YouTube, or is it on TBS, or is it on Amazon? No one knows.
YouTube and Amazon were the two that I saw in the logos that and who wants to watch that anyway? I mean, what is even on that card? Like, I can't even.
And I have to watch it, sorry.
Well, not the pre-show. You don't have to watch.
Gotta see it. Big Boom's on there, isn't he?
God, you're right. Yeah, no, it's big. It's Boom and Doom because it's AJ. It's AJ and QT. The team of initials versus Oh, Roppongi Vice, Rocky Romero and Trent Beretta. Woo, RPG Vice, not Roppongi Vice. And then, the Max Caster and Anthony Bowens versus Austin Gunn and Juice Robinson versus Big Bill and Brian Keith versus the Outrunners in a $200,000 four-way tag team match. Why? Why is that necessary? Oh,
I don't know
God.
why.
No, those are the two matches on the pre-show so far. And then we've got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matches on the main card so far, but we have a Dynamite and a Collision before the pay-per-view. So there'll be 12 matches on that card for sure. It'll be 6 hours.
Yeah. Stay tuned. At the end of this episode, we're going to make a little announcement. Not a major one, just a something.
Yeah, we got something. Well, we could talk about that too, leading up to it, but yeah, no, that was it. No. That was, oh God, AEW is going to be it's going to be a long show. I keep thinking it's next Saturday, but it's the 22nd.
No.
Yeah, because they're not going to do it after Thanksgiving. They build up to it. All right, so.
That'll be exciting.
Yeah. Woohoo. Do you want to talk about SmackDown, I guess?
Yeah, we can get that. I got, let's see, Saturday Night Live, Saturday night's main event. I checked off. Bills won. Good. Yep. Dynamite.
No,
rating we did.
Yeah.
SmackDown's next.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, I thought, at least they're giving you some intrigue for the women's, 4 games match. I almost wanted to call it Blood and Guts, and I knew that wasn't right. With Charlotte and Rhea not agreeing with it. I don't really know. Are they going to add more to these teams, or they're just going to do it 4-on-4, or they don't need to add people?
You would think it's 5-on-5 just because.
You would, but I just don't know. Like, what are you going to add else into? Because you've already added in, Jackson Lash, but maybe not. I don't know. You got Charlotte fighting already at this point, so I don't know.
I did like the Charlotte promo. I thought it was good.
No, I did too. I like that. I like the whole, like I said, it worked very well, and it makes sense. I mean, Charlotte and Rhea.
Total sense.
Yeah, right. They've wrestled at WrestleMania at least twice. Is it 3 times? At least twice that I can remember. So yeah, no, definitely. And like, it all made sense. And that's why I know a lot of people are saying, oh, they just kind of threw these war games together, and it in parts of it, yes, because like Jackson Lash.
Most of it they did. But...
Well, I mean, the Kabuki War.
They're doing quick work to make it at least sound reasonable.
Yeah, well, I mean,
they threw it together quick. Now they're filling in the story.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
And the Kabuki Warriors have fucked with everybody, so I'm cool with that part of it. But, that was good. And it was and then Miz.
So does Charlotte come back into the fold or no?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I mean, it'll be because Alexa or whatever, because the friends. But yeah, she has to. I mean, has Charlotte been in a War Games match yet? I mean, it's probably NXT, but I don't know if she's been in one on the main roster.
I don't remember.
Yeah, no, I feel like she will be, and maybe she gets to be like the last one out because she's Charlotte. I don't know, but because at this point, here's the thing, if they're gonna make it 5-on-5, and they have to already add 2 more, you're gonna try to add a third. Like the women's roster is deep, but it ain't that deep. I mean, no offense, but. Not trying to be mean.
Yeah, no offense to you.
Right? Yeah, not to you, just to them. It's true though. Like, what else could you do? I don't know. No, I don't know.
I'm trying to think who else it could be.
Yeah, no.
What you want to see? That's the question.
Yeah, no. I
who's out there?
No, I wouldn't think. I wouldn't think they would have any of it in there, but I don't know. I haven't.
I mean, I already don't like Nia Jax being involved in anything, so.
I don't mind her now as much as since her return. I haven't minded her nearly as much as before.
Like people always say, it's like being the nicest guy in prison.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of people in prison who are pretty hard in this country. I mean, we're from prison for hire society. And then what was the Miz and Jey Uso? I mean, like nobody thought the Miz was going to win this match, did they? I don't. I didn't expect.
No, like these preliminary matches are pretty simple to figure out.
Yeah, no, they are. They are. But I mean, it was a fine match. But I mean, duh. And then they did the thing where it's there's going to be the.
I'm an advocate of Miz hanging it up.
I mean,
going to the back and being a road agent or something like that.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
Or like being like the host of the pre-show, post-show stuff too, or like or being like the. Like he have him be with Joe Test as opposed to whoever's going to be announcing on the show, so they don't have to do so he doesn't have to do every single thing. You know what I mean?
Dude, what a career this dude has had, man.
The Miz? Oh my gosh! Remember? Yes. I mean, he came from Oh gosh, yeah, because he came from remember he was writing on his
Road
hand.
Rules or something, right?
Yeah, he was on. I think that's right. I think he was. He was on Real World, but he did they do like the crossers. Yeah, same idea. But he was. But then when they first brought him in, like he did the Tough Enough tryout, and then he was like writing on his hand as like he was the host of the Diva Search. I mean,
he wasn't even welcome in the locker room.
Oh yeah, no, he is.
He made him change in a broom closet
because of Chris Benoit too. That's why that story doesn't get told as much as it used to, because it's Chris Benoit, because he ate a piece of chicken over his bag. Which the way that Chris Benoit makes it sound is like he was eating a whole chicken, like the bucket of chicken right over it. But I'm sure like one piece bounced off the ground and rolled near Chris's bag. But I mean, that's what he could do. But I mean, he did that for what, 6 months, or was it a full year? He was changing it, and he was using like public bathrooms, like people that were at the show saw him in the bathroom.
Yeah.
I mean, no, the guys
call security and some creepy dude in the bathroom with the Miz changing.
Right? The guy, my kid's in there trying to pee, and this guy's in there without his pants on. Or coming out of a broom, if he like falls out of the broom closet with his pants around his ankles or in his tights. But I mean, the thing is too, you got to give him credit for like fighting through that and getting to where he was. And yeah, sure, he's won, or his title wins were Money in the Bank cash-ins, but of course they were.
No, it's great,
right? And he's.
I've never thought, if you would have told me when this kid came up that I would be saying what I'm saying now. He's a Hall of Famer.
Oh, easy. I mean, not only with the sense of like the
unbelievable, it comes out of my mouth,
but he's earned it. I mean
every word of it.
No,
too,
absolutely.
You know?
I could definitely tell the sincerity of it. And it's earned. I mean, even when he was in like the WrestleMania main events, even back then, I'm like, this guy. But as it's grown into it, you can't deny it. You're like, I mean, what else can you say about the guy? He's been able to.
Dude, him and Snoop Dogg saved the WrestleMania.
Oh my God,
match.
The way he was able to do like that working on his feet, like you couldn't ask for some, and that's why they had him doing that in that show. And that's, again, he was hosting WrestleMania. That's another great thing with if he moves to being on an announcer or a host or whatever with it. If you need somebody to get in there and run a match and take a bump, he can do it. Like no matter what, he's to say like the stuff that Danielson bitched him for, but he's safe in the ring. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to not get hurt in this business. It's a
think about how quick you gotta think of shit like that when something happens. You go for your opponent. You're expecting your opponent to come up and he's down the ground with a blown out quad.
Not even, and like just from a leapfrog, and you come back and he's just down.
He's not there.
Like somebody hit him with like he got a sniper shot to both quad. Just man down. Oh yeah.
And then the people's elbow from Snoop was an elbow to the sternum, dude. That thing.
Pointy's elbow. That was so.
Yep.
All of his weight on the pointiest, boniest elbow. Oh no, you got to give credit to the Miz for that too. And like, no matter what that he's been able to do, like that stuff that he did with the Intercontinental title, where he won it in Brooklyn and then took it to the Manhattan Center, like that's some cool stuff. And yeah, the stuff with the promo with Danielson, where he was absolutely right. Go wrestle in the bingo halls with your friends. Like, no, you got, and never mind the fact that he landed Maurice and has like props, buddy. Like, no, Hall of Fame. Whenever they need him to, he'll be in it, and he won't be the headliner of any Hall of Fame year, but he'll probably give you the best speech of a year, like guaranteed. Yeah. No, all the credit to him. I give him all the credit for it. But
okay, so that was one of the prelim matches in the tournament.
Yeah,
that was it. We knew who was going to win that, so
right. Okay. No, but then and I mean, do you just want to talk about the other one? Because the cool.
No, I'll just go through go through the show so I don't get confused.
Right. Yeah. No. Well, because then the other was the next or was there anything in the back? I forget. Oh yeah, no, it was just a Heyman, Heyman talking to all this and stuff. But then the United States Championship Open Challenge. I was trying not to say Intercontinental title. My brain froze on me, but
there's too many.
Yeah, no, there is. But when you're going to be on separate, like if at one point if WWE just moves everything to Netflix, then you can start to get rid of some of these titles of it. But as long as they're on different networks, they all want their own men's title, their own women's title, their own secondary title. But at least I mean, Ilya Dragunov versus Axiom was going to be fun. You knew who was going to win, but Axiom's very talented. I mean, he's painfully small, but he's very talented. The guy's been fun.
Yeah, they're both small.
Right, yeah. But Dragunov's like small but thick. Like he doesn't wrestle small for me, Axiom, but that's how Axiom rocks. So I'm fine with that.
You know what I always like? When the heel has long hair.
Okay.
Because they're able to sell better with long hair, if that makes sense.
No, because the way they can flip. Yeah, no, I get you. Yeah, no, that makes sense. And I mean, that is what we kind of grew up with and how it worked with them. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I give you with that. And then we had Ron Killing's balls was the next segment, which
this part I missed.
Okay, so he was trying to get his name into the
tournament?
Yeah, the tumbler with the balls in it. So he just had 2 of those, and then the whole gimmick was that he gives them to Nick Aldis, and then Nick Aldis gives them to Chelsea Green, who's like, what? And then makes a balls joke because she's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it was great humor.
It was all for her to make the joke, and I mean, she can do no wrong, honestly. Like, she's so hilarious and is great at what she does and has no problem being the butt of the joke, which is just great for her character. But the whole point was that it was setting up that she wanted to have a title celebration win that night, but they moved it to next week because he didn't have time because her husband was here. That was the next major. Well, I guess Sami Zayn came out and started yelling.
Okay, I got some Sami Zayn.
Yeah, I
would like a change of Sami Zayn, please.
There needs to be some. Is it heel? Does he need? I don't know if he needs to turn heel or just. I don't know.
Break time. Just break.
Maybe that. I don't know because he comes and I still like the guy.
The same speed. Sorry.
Yeah. No, we're right. We're stumbling over each other because we're saying the same thing. It's just like. Like he comes out and he's mad, but I mean, what's different than when he was mad at Roman or mad at Jimmy or whatever?
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same speech, the same cadence with the same comeback.
Yeah,
it is. It's the same thing.
There's nothing new, and I mean, it's not like he's doing it poorly. He does it very well, but we've seen it, and I like Sammy. I know there's a lot of people that don't, but I like Sammy. I'm just, like you said, kind of sick of it, needing to change. And I mean. Yeah, I don't know. And I mean, I get it that he's mad at Solo, but I don't know. You know,
I don't want to see a Sami Zayn solo match at all.
No, well, you're not going to, because then what happened is it ends up coming to where what I thought might end up being the War Games match is now going to be a Survivor Series style elimination match, but
which we asked for.
Yeah, but next week on SmackDown and not at Survivor Series. So hey, we're getting better because I do love. There's something about an elimination match that is always fun. I don't need it to be Survivor Series like it was, where it was just all those matches and some of the teams made sense and some of them didn't, and it was just weird. But I enjoyed that. I enjoyed this. I think it'll be fun.
Why do I think that I thought I heard that Survivor Series was going to have three. A men's War Games, a women's War Games, and a classic Survivor Series for the men. I thought I heard that, but I could be wrong.
I mean, maybe something will happen in this one that it gets messed up and they have to do it. I don't know. But they definitely announced it for next week, but I was hoping.
Yeah, but I thought I heard something somewhere else.
Hopefully. You know what? I mean, I'm all for it. I really am. Like, I love those types of matches, especially when you get something like this where it makes sense. Like when you're just throwing people together and it's like, like the Undertaker debut one, and the team is like, what is it, Dusty Rhodes and Coco Beware and two other baby faces. It's like, whatever. But when it's something like this and it works, it makes sense. I'm fine with it. But then the big moment of the night had to be next, where we literally got what I never thought we'd see again, of the return of Zack Ryder as Zack Ryder.
Yeah, the whoop whoop.
Yeah, the radio. Yeah, no, we
This goes to prove one thing before you start describing this match. People don't even realize people are gone until you hear the music, and they knew everything about the music, the intro and everything. People just sang along.
I mean, that song was popular. There's a lot of it, I think, comes from now people on Spotify. You can just play. I know there's people that just listen to wrestling themes, like that's their jams. Now,
but there's 90% of the WWE crowd that's still, unless they're in the WWE, they have no idea what people are doing.
No, none at all. Which is why I always said if he was going to come back and had to come back as Matt Cardona, they should start it with the radio, but then instead of the song kicking into the Zack Ryder song, it kicks into his Matt Cardona song for the.
I'd almost guarantee if he came back and introduced as Matt Cardona, he wouldn't have got half the reaction he got.
No, the only time they could was how they did it a couple weeks ago with him in NXT, because the NXT crowd knows what's up and they pay attention and they knew who it was. Yeah, but they wouldn't get it. No, they would have said like Matt, if they'd have just done like the always ready and the Matt Cardona music and like even had his logo on there and said the words Matt Cardona, you would have got nothing. Nope. He would have came out and people would have been like, hey, it's Zack Ryder, you know.
You would have got one of these.
And then he walks out and you get, oh, it's Zack Ryder. They would have popped then. That's why I feel like you had to start with the music. But hey, I mean, clearly he was doing whatever they wanted him to do because he always said he wouldn't do the Zack Ryder again, but they offered him money to do it. And
fuck yeah.
Right? Good for him. Plus, I mean, this was a fun match for him in LA Knight. Like, this was entertaining. Did you see the thing that the little video WWE posted afterwards with him? Where he was, he gave like Matt Cardona gave like a speech to the camera afterwards saying like 5 years I've been trying to get back, and LA Knight comes in at the end and like shakes his hand. Like,
I did see that.
Yeah, it was good because he's like, I don't know if this is welcome back or see you later, but I don't think I got to say is yeah, because it was a good match. Because say what you want about LA Knight, I know people don't. There's some people that love the guy, he has a bad attitude or whatever, but he's good in the ring. Like he knows what he's doing. He's safe in the ring.
I was seriously afraid that Joe Hendry was going to be the special guest, which he still could be tomorrow.
I think his focus is. I think they're focusing him on NXT.
thought that was going to happen, and I thought it was going to be Hendry against LA Knight, and I was like, shit, they're going to make LA Knight lose to Joe Hendry. Holy shit! I was happy it was somebody else.
Well, they're still doing because they said there's a what is it, a mystery person for Solo.
I know, that's why I said Joe Hendry could be tomorrow.
No, I think it's on SmackDown. I think it's going to be Uncle Howdy. That's my guess because he was in the background of one of the scenes on SmackDown on Friday.
That makes no impact whatsoever.
It only does because Cena had the history with Bray, but he wouldn't get to it either. I still think the answer is Gunther, unless they're going to do something. Because I mean, what else are you going to have storyline wise? Unless you could actually bring back Edge, which they can't. I think it's got to be Gunther. But what do I know? Does Gunther
have to go back to the Intercontinental Championship again?
I don't think so because Cena. I'm pretty sure Cena's having his last Raw is at Madison Square Garden. He's gonna have his last Raw match tomorrow. He'll just lose it tomorrow. That's what I said. He'll lose it in between. It's fine. He'll lose it tomorrow.
He's only got one day to lose it. That'd be tomorrow.
I know. That's it. He's got his last match in the CAD and lose it. Which here's the thing. He's either going to lose that match or he's going to lose his last match. If you want, you know what I mean? Like he can't lose both. He can't win both. I don't think, so I just say have him lose tomorrow. Somebody cheats, does something silly. I don't know. Maybe Gunther is the reason he loses and then they can be mad at each other. I don't know. But yeah, that's my thought. Then we had, Jade Cargill beat the living snot out of poor B-Fab.
That was worth the time. That was good.
Awesome. Yeah, I just felt bad for B-Fab because, like, you're not getting any offense in this one, honey. Sorry. I mean, hey, she took the beating well. It looked good. It was fun. I enjoyed it.
This would be a good time to turn B-Fab over to Jade's side.
I was just going to say in one of our comments on our YouTube video the other day, I think it was on the one we put on Friday. Yeah, Anthony J said that. He said that it should just be B-Fab and Michin can be Jade's baddies. And I'm like, that actually makes a lot of sense in the sense that every kind of group needs like the person to take the bumps, like that's always what like D'Lo was.
Someone's got to lose. Yeah.
Right. So, and someone's got to take when they're trying to chase down the bad guy and then the big bad gets away, but they kill a henchman. That's perfect. Like D'Lo Brown was that in the Nation of Domination. He was always because he takes great bumps and Michin's great at that. And then she doesn't have to just lose to lose. She can lose because she's, Jade's baddie. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, you got to give him some credibility too. You got to have some talent in there that's actually good.
Exactly.
B-Fab's not that person yet. She's still working there. You got somebody else in the group's got to be experienced and really
B-Fab can cut a decent promo too. I remember for the Street Profits, she can cut good promos. It's just that they didn't need her because they can cut good promos. So they were just like the remnants of what happened with what was it? MVP or not MVP, Bobby Lashley before he just decided before he left because he brought them all together. It was Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. They were turned heel and were going to be badasses, and then Lashley didn't resign and left. And then Carmelo Hayes cut a pretty good promo. I apparently he has to face Bronson Reed in the tournament. Sorry, Carmelo, that sucks. Which is
a tough draw.
That's right. you know, in like in certain tournaments or whatever, where it's just like the World Cup or the Champions League in soccer or whatever. You're like, who'd you draw? Brazil. Ah, shit. We drew the Germans.
Brazil is taking on the Isle of Sankeika.
Right? Yeah, I was just gonna say. St. Martin draws Germany. Fuck.
Good luck.
Scheisse. And then Bronson Reed versus Cody Rhodes, which you knew was gonna end with, a big schmoz. But I didn't expect Drew to come back. That was the big surprise. That was the big.
I was happy to see that.
No, that was cool. Because they would have taken Dave. I did like a quick search and I had the information wrong that they'd already filmed the movie. But if you looked into it a little bit further, Drew can't be filming the movie yet because the main star Henry Cavill hurt himself. So they're filming it in like January or February.
That's
or whatever.
Perfect.
Right, yeah. So Dave said he's gone away he'll be gone for weeks to go film his movie, and he comes back.
Yeah, but I'll give him a pass on that one. That's fine because that's what was supposed to happen. That's why they did what they did.
Yeah, but I think if they wanted him to think too, is because they know they're going to report what they're going to report with it. But this makes sense though to bring Drew into the fold with them so that we have the Bronze, Logan, and Drew. But then you have, the Usos, Punk, and Cody. And this is similar to the women. You don't need to make it 5-on-5. I mean, it's probably going to be Brock and Roman.
Heyman's adding Lesnar, isn't he?
That's what you would think. And then the baby faces add Roman. That makes the most sense. And their storylines, I can live with that. It doesn't need to be. But that's the only thing that makes sense in my eyes. Cause you're not gonna put Cena in the War Games match when he's got his last match 2 weeks away that you've sold all those tickets for. Let's all remember what happened in the last War Games match. Yeah. Last War Games match, we lost, Tama Tonga, Tongaloa, and Bronson Reed for a considerable amount of time.
And Jey Uso too.
Oh, and Jey Uso. Yeah. He broke his toe too. He wasn't gone for super long, but cause Bronson Reed broke his foot. Tala Tonga ripped his bicep. Let's not put John Cena in that, please. I don't think he's probably allowed to be in one of those with whatever film he's going to go do after he retires. Right? Yeah, the contract is look, we'll let you wrestle, but inside the ring and only against people who know what they're doing and no weapons.
You thought Ishii fell down like a
Fabergé egg.
That's what I was trying to say. Thank you. Couldn't get it out.
No, I always like that comparison because, again, I always think of Simpsons references, and I always think of the saxophone guy, Bleeding Gum Murphys. You had a drug habit? No, I had a $10,000 a day Fabergé egg habit. What? Just makes me laugh. But yeah, no, you gotta. I mean, that's why the match with Dom was so great because Dom was able to wrestle in a different style with it and learn so much from somebody who's so important and so great. So no, that was a good SmackDown though. I enjoyed it. I thought.
It was better than last week.
I thought it flowed well. Yeah, and I thought it last week. Yeah, and I thought everything made sense. I thought it was fun in most places with it. Obviously, Jey Uso versus The Miz, you knew it was going to happen. The Zack Ryder stuff was fun. I enjoyed that. I always, I always liked the guy, not so much as a wrestler or whatever, but I just respected the whole when he wasn't being pushed. Screw it, I'm going to go on YouTube and put out videos and get myself over, and he did. And got him fired for it, but hey, whatever, man. That's awesome. Good for him. Fuck it.
Yeah, I was digging the whole Charlotte promo. I gotta be honest.
No, I like that too. I thought it kicked off well, which led right from Raw into that. I thought it was great, and it gives you a bit of intrigue on that side because, and then the intrigue on the men's side will be when Roman joins the men's team probably tomorrow, I would think, because they're not this Saturday, but they're the Saturday afterwards. So they're only 2 weeks away from Survivor Series. So
I don't like the fact that it hasn't been on TV at all. I always don't have him Brock. Okay, never mind. Take that.
Yeah, I feel like there's certain people that doesn't matter. That's their characters. You know what I mean? Roman and Brock.
I kind of would like to have them at least be on, but I understand because if it goes Brock Lesnar and Roman, that makes sense because neither of them are there every week.
So I would, and my thought would be either tomorrow or Friday, Heyman introduces Brock. And then on the same show or the next one, Roman comes back. I would assume it'd be the same show where
it's got you can kind of play around here.
Right, exactly. I'm like, you're running low on steam, y'all. You're running low on steam. Yeah, no, I get it. But it's fun. I mean, I think Drew being added to it makes a perfect amount of sense. I thought they was very well done of how they shot it, where he literally came out of nowhere. I guess you could also add Randy Orton to the men's team would be the other option because of Drew, and that it might be him. He would be the other one.
Could be.
You know, that's the other. I just thought of that because I know he and Drew had issues, so that would make sense. And it's one of those things where like anybody else, I think people would be pissed because the fans are clearly cheering for Roman. They were chanting OTC on Friday.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. I don't want to see Randy Orton in a War Games match.
I don't either, unless you do it.
I don't think he can. I don't. No offense to him, but I don't think his body can take any more.
No, I mean, if you do it, you got to do it like they did. What was it? Not last year, but the year before when Punk came back. Where like he showed up at the very, very end. He hit a few moves. He did his DDT. JD jumped off the cage and he gave him the RKO, but he didn't do a lot. And Randy's great at that. Like he had that interview with Cody maybe a year ago now where he's like, yeah, I don't really lift anybody anymore. Like his only real lifting move is that power slam. And it's because they run at him and he just kind of moves their weight with him.
Yeah, when you see him walk, you can tell he's not doing well.
Yeah. I mean, it's not nearly as bad, but the comparison I make is like Andre the Giant, where, I mean, his back couldn't take a lot of, like when you hear the stories of, the Princess Bride, like they're on, like when he's carrying things or whatever, they're on like cranes and ropes and stuff. He's not actually carrying them because he fucking couldn't. He physically couldn't. Especially if it's like the lower back, you're screwed. Like my stepdad has had lower back issues literally the entire time I've known him, and they
don't go away.
Exactly. I was just gonna say he's always had it, and he had to like slowly give up that he always loved golf, had to give that up, fell in love with bowling, had to give that up. Like the back is no joke, man.
Right.
It doesn't fuck around.
I hate it.
Yeah.
Usually my back goes out when I'm doing something stupid like tying my shoe.
Sneeze too hard. Oh,
I've done that. I've sneezed and coughed at the same time. My back went out. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
That happened to me. Yeah. The first time that happened to me twice. And I remember the first time I was like, oh, I'm officially old. It happens. Yeah, time waits for no man. Time waits for no man. What else do you want to cover? What else do you want to bring up?
I'm just looking at something real quick.
No, you're good.
I was looking at. Okay, yeah. Cardona's not signed. That was just a one-time thing yesterday. Apparently.
Yeah. That's what it seemed like. Is it was a one-night appearance, a one-off. But anything the WWE does is always going to be testing the waters, like no matter what. I mean, for him, I mean, depending on what the WWE offers him, and because his wife works there, I could see him maybe taking it, but I think he likes being the big fish in a small pond as the indie god. You know what I mean? Like, I just think he enjoys.
Yeah, I would take being a small fish in a big pond.
Right. I was going to say, especially if it's the money WWE offers, you don't have to wrestle it. You don't have to go to indie shows where you don't know
the travel
what the ring's
schedule
be
is
like.
actually better.
Right. And you could, travel with and WWE is great about putting people together. So he would be on whatever show Chelsea's on. Like they would do that. They always do that for people so they could travel together better in that way. And maybe like he can always be proud of that time he was the indie god and was the NWA world champion and all that. Exactly. Yeah, no, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they were testing the waters. Like, would you come back as Zack Ryder?
Right.
Yes, I would.
Right.
And then maybe they'll say, okay, you don't have to. Like now because they've done this, they can figure out a way to have him come back and he can be Matt Cardona, like they did with LA Knight, where
I think they stick with Zack Ryder because he's IP.
That's a valid point. I think could. They don't seem to care about the IP quite as much as they used to, but we'll see.
They will.
I can see. Yeah. Well,
speaking of independence, Mercedes Moné won the Hog Women's Championship last night.
And put up
13. Is that like it's 13? 13.
The shittiest edit I've ever seen to put in smoke to a video. It looked so fake. It looked like it was like 1960s fucking technology. Oh my God. For just to, because she's got all of her, minion guys and holding all of her belts. Yeah. It was lucky number 13. She beat, Phoenix somebody was her name. I felt bad yesterday because I saw that pop up at the same time I saw JD was at a concert. And I felt like, damn it, dude. Sucks to be you, but she did that to you. That's her fault, not his. Yeah. I don't know too well because I haven't paid much attention to JD. I admit I don't watch his stuff, but I assume he got a lot of content out of that, and I feel like he's probably doing okay.
Yeah, but
he's got how many subscribers?
He has been at ringside at Hog since it's almost, whatever. He's the guy. He does the play-by-play, and then he comes and flexes because he said something bad about her once.
Right.
Because he's a big fan of hers, always has been, and said one thing critical, and she fucking just whatever.
And that's what kills me about that company and about Tony, and like where, I try to be nice and try to look at things objectively a lot of times, but that kills me. Like, you've got to be able to take constructive criticism. It was because it's one thing if somebody gets personal or talks some terrible things,
which he did not.
Exactly. That's what I was getting to, is he hasn't. I forget what he said, but I remember seeing it or hearing it. I think Phil showed it on PWT once, or somebody put it. And I remember like, that was it. Like, legitimate criticism. I think it was something about because she was telling how she was elevating the business. And it's like, what are you elevating when you're just
he came back with a valid concern.
Right.
Which made sense.
Yeah, but no one can take criticism in that company, especially not her. Like, just.
Oh, she ain't taking that.
Yeah, no, just terrible. Yeah, lucky title number 13. And she Ultimo Monet, she calls herself.
Yep, so she won last night. And then also last night, Santana appeared.
Yeah, Mike Santana showed up at TNA Turning Point. Because I didn't realize when they did the angle that he was scheduled to be in the main event, him and Steve Macklin versus Nick Nemeth and Kaz. So, and Kaz, who took the title from him, and Nick Nemeth says he's gonna try to cash in on Kaz.
In NXT showed up again.
Yeah, which I like. I liked it, and they're really pushing Brooks Jensen as like this beast. He's the one. He's the first attacker on both of them shows. He's like their Leroy Jenkins, just Leroy Jenkins coming out.
I wish they would have left Santana go until Gold Rush. Like, I understand being in the main event. But I can understand storyline-wise not showing up to the main event, screwing over Macklin, that sort of thing, making people mad at you, and then stay off the... Yeah. I understand why they did it. I get it.
And he didn't show up until after the match had started, like showed up to the arena. Like they showed him pulling up to the arena like 6-7 minutes into the match and then getting out and going past the security. So
like I said, personally, I wish they would have just waited, but I understand why.
Yeah, I do. I agree with you, but I'm hoping that he shows up either at this Tuesday at NXT or next Tuesday or both. I mean, he's got a lot of reasons to be mad. There was a lot of NXT guys attacking him. I mean, it's Lexis King, Brooks Jensen. There's like 8 of them. They're Mr. Stone. It's kind of like all like not the dregs, but like the people that are on the periphery of NXT.
People that need exposure.
They need to prove themselves. Yeah. No, and from what it seems like, Lexis King might be their leader, which would make sense because he's got the most experience and he's probably the best on the mic out of all of them. I like this idea though. Oh, and then they've got, what was the other one? Stax Lorenzo. I like him too. I think he's pretty good. I think he's got some talent. So I like this idea. I want to see where it goes with it. And honestly, as we've seen when we watched Bound for Glory, TNA is a little bit light when it comes to, they got some stars, but they don't really have much after like their top 3 or 5 in each division. So they really need the infusion of NXT talent on their show. Like that's why Ariana Grace was back on TNA on Thursday doing her liaison stuff with her dad, which really does work. It's good. It's decent TV and it gets people that are recognizable on their shows and hopefully gets that TV deal. I'm kind of surprised it didn't get announced yet. I said I thought it would happen by the end of November, and I am running out of dates. I really thought.
Yeah, it's not going to happen until the new year.
I guess not. I just a lot of times they'll announce it before. Yeah, no, I guess I really thought it was happening.
But here's the thing: what happened?
I'm an optimist.
When Bound for Glory happened, we were all talking about it, and they had like 8,000 people there, and it was like, okay, this new second promotion now is TNA. Blah. Like a week later, that all died quick.
Yeah.
So there was no talk of TNA. Nothing. The attendance from the last event went down. So they had to do something. They had to do something to bring back the people talking, and they did.
No. Yeah, they did. And it's what killed them was they did Bound for Glory, and then they didn't go live again until the night Santana lost. And that kills them, man. And especially nowadays with wrestling and like, even if 1,000 people at the show are fans, somebody's going to post what happened. It's going to get out there, and their channel's not what it's not it's not findable. I was gonna say it's not watchable. It's watchable. You just gotta find the damn channel that they're on. So it's one of those things.
They tape the whole month in a week and a half.
Yeah, and they need to get away from that. Even if they're doing the tiniest places, or just do like they used to, where it's an impact zone for some of it.
Or until they get a TV deal, just put it on YouTube.
Bam, that's exactly what I was
every
gonna
week
say.
live on YouTube. Yep. I'm in.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say, how many people do you think would be, especially like, and it's not something you can do like once or twice. You've got to commit to it. You've got to be like, okay, we're going to be on YouTube.
Yeah, until we get a TV deal. If we don't get a TV deal, we're on YouTube.
Right, exactly.
Fine.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it can't be hurting Anthem. I mean, Anthem they own the network.
It'll benefit Anthem. The advertising they'll get on YouTube is twice as much as they'll get on friggin' Access.
That's a good point. Especially, that's a valid point. Yeah, no, and it's one of those things like if they just come into it for I like it. I appreciate fired up, George. Gets me fired up. I like it. But that's where they need to, YouTube's the answer, especially it's a proof of concept. If you can get it on there, it can look good, or you get eyes on it. And I don't know what the number would be to be considered good viewers, but I feel like they would be able to get it, especially, not just during the live viewing, but after 3 to 5 days, like it would be for people on DVR.
Yeah, I think TNA had 3K people in their pre-show last time we watched it on YouTube. Like
okay.
Or whatever they called it, the hour before.
Yeah, whatever the build-up was. Yeah,
there was like 3,000 people in there for that. So there you go.
Yeah, no, and I mean they do well enough with their core fans. They just need to be out there more with it, and it's not like it's the best show on earth. Like I watched the show Thursday after I found out what was going to happen.
The NWA show,
and it's better than most AEW shows. Like certain AEW certain parts of AEW might be better because of the people involved. Like when you got the Hurtson to get out there, or Samoa Joe, or sometimes MJF. But like if I'm gonna pick a show to watch front to back and actually watch it, it's TNA because it's at least more entertaining and it's usually more cohesive, especially now. But
yeah,
I don't know. They need to think the NXT people being on their show is a great way to draw more eyes to it. And NXT promotes the hell out of it. I'm very curious to see how the first night of Gold Rush goes this Tuesday too.
Yeah, I don't understand why they don't take more stock in YouTube. It's the number 2 behind somebody. I don't know.
No, I think it's if you count it as a regular streaming service, which a lot of people use it as.
I'm counting as a TV.
One. Yeah, YouTube TV isn't as, but I'm just saying like for me at my house, I use regular YouTube, and 9 times out of 10, if I'm watching something, I'm watching it through my TV and not on my phone. Hell, I connect them together and I'll pick it through my phone and put it on my TV because I want to watch it on the big screen.
Yeah, it would just seem like if you're TNA, that would be a no-brainer, right?
I would think so. I don't
see what you're losing. There's nothing to lose.
Yeah, especially it gives you the reach. It gets you into everybody's, even if you just made it like, if you're for some reason, if it would hurt an international deal or something, just make it North American based or whatever. But I mean, you're only on a good network in Canada. Nobody in the United States knows what Access TV even is really, especially anymore.
They have the data as to who purchased Bound for Glory. Like they know who did that. Like me, I did it.
Right.
So you think they throw out YouTube does it all the time. They throw out questions and emails. Would you watch a weekly TV show about wrestling if we had it on YouTube? Yes.
Yeah. Can't hurt. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? Everybody tells you no. You're already at no. You're already not airing anything. What's the worst that can happen? I always feel that way. And it's not like people are going to see that email and be like, I'm never watching TNA again. Rah! Like, what's the worst that can happen? People say no. Okay. You're already at no. Give it a shot. Take a swing.
Yeah,
it's not.
I just don't. I'm going to belabor the point. I'm sorry, but
you're good.
It just seems like it's, like I said, I'm on it. I'm on YouTube and YouTube TV all day today, watching football and everything.
Right.
Now, if there was a wrestling show on Thursday, because Thursday's at, our time, but after that, I'd watch it.
Right. No, exactly.
Thursdays, by the way, is 8:45 p.m. It's our review of AEW Dynamite.
Yeah, our live review of AEW Dynamite, and hopefully our live review of Tony Khan's pre-Dynamite live.
We got shafted this week, folks. We got shafted.
Yeah. Well, we're making up for it, though. We're gonna give you something that's gonna post really soon after.
Oh, you just blew that. Fuck.
Yeah. Play it. And we're getting into it, are we? No, I have no idea in the sense of why they don't, and that's also why I don't think AEW will ever have anything, it will ever stop in the sense, because once they get kicked off of TBS or once the merger happens and they're left behind, I don't know if you saw that tweet, but people were posting what would go to Paramount Skydance, and
all that you're reading is absolute hearsay and garbage.
Well,
because there's business is business. I'm not going to pretend like I'm a business major, but I can tell you that when there's a shit like this happens, who knows what goes where.
Oh no. But the point was that the people that were reporting on it were trying to put out the products or the things that WB owns that care about, but they don't know AEW. That's my point.
I know. Yeah,
it doesn't mean anything. Like they think they mean something to Warner or WBD or whatever, but they don't. And that merger is going to happen sooner, merger or buyout or whatever. It's going to happen sooner than later. You don't just go on the market and then, oh no, we're fine. We're off the market now. Like, it's going to happen at some point, whatever it does.
And with those things, shit don't hit the fan for a little while, but when it does, it hits hard.
Right. It takes a little bit.
He tells the story all the time. The first year was fine. Then all of a sudden everything changed.
Right. Cause they got to get through all cause you got to start by the redundancies and all that kind of stuff and all that initial parts of a merger. I mean, the company that I most recently worked for, bought out another company and merged with them in 2016. And we didn't really feel any of the repercussions of it until 2018. So yeah, because it takes some time. You got to get through all of the paperwork, the redundancies. What do we have that can be done on both sides of it? I mean, we saw it with, WWE and TKO. Right. Once TKO took over, it wasn't right away, but within the 6 months to a year, all these people got fired. Oh my gosh, they got fired. How could they fire them? Because they already had somebody to do the job.
Yeah, so unless something happens major in this deal, AEW is going to be around on TV until that TV deal is over with, I think.
Right, but it doesn't have that much longer, does it? I thought when does it end? 2027, 2028?
Somewhere in there, 27 probably.
Yeah, I have no idea. I'm with you.
But they're going to be around to the end of it because it won't have, like I said, unless somebody just says, screw everything, we're starting from scratch now. Oh shit.
Which, I mean, depending on what they're trying to do, if they're trying to be hey, we're just going to show, we've got this giant library of old movies and TV shows and we're just going to air that because it cost us nothing. It could happen, but we'll see. I'm interested in it, but I don't, but even if they do get kicked off there, AEW is not going anywhere. Tony would immediately turn to YouTube, just putting everything on there. And you have to change the TNT title to the YouTube title and the TBS title to the YouTube TV title.
I like that title better.
Yeah, it's better than what the TBS title looks like. They've got that. If they had the old school TBS logo with the squares, it would look all right. But it's got the weird lowercase logo that
you can make the YouTube logo look like the reward they give out.
Oh yeah, no, with there's two of them because you get 100,000 and 1,000,000 with the silver and the gold. Yeah, no, that would, or WWE when they hit 100 million, they got I think it was the black and red one that looked badass. I saw Triple H get that when they hit
there's not many of those out there.
Million. No, and that's why I don't worry about WWE's ratings ever because their main channel is the number 11 channel in all of YouTube, and then they've got 7 other channels that show stuff, whether it's through WWE on USA, the WWE on CW, the WWE Vault. They're not too worried about it, which will be interesting when the TV deal comes up for SmackDown. I could actually see that just going over to a streamer if nobody wants it, but I don't know if USA is happy with it or not. I really have no idea.
I don't think they're disappointed. That's for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. What else would they air on there? I mean, all they would put on is the shows that they're airing after it, like that Rainmaker show. Or
they're not getting a million people.
Bronson. Now it's Braun Strowman eats the world or whatever.
That got great ratings, dude. That got better ratings than I think Dynamite and NXT.
Wow. I mean, people like those. I'm not surprised at all because he is a very personable guy. Him by himself, not so much Braun Strowman, but was it Adam Scherer or whatever? He's a very nice guy. He's very down to earth. He's the gentle giant, and everybody seems to like. He's very likable, and I'm sure he could eat an entire table. Because there was that documentary that they did about him because his dad was the king of Wisconsin semi-pro softball or whatever when back before ESPN got the Major League Baseball and they would air the softball World Cup or whatever. Yep. Braun Strowman's dad's out there socking dinger. I love that. ESPN back in the day where you had that and like, what else they have? Like the badminton championships. I remember seeing that once. Bowling.
I always liked it because I got the AWA when I got home from school.
Yeah. No, the AWA on ESPN was great. I remember that as a kid. Like, yeah, no, it was back when I was.
Have you picked your classic match of the week yet?
Oh, shit. Yeah, I did.
We haven't done it.
No, I wrote that down. Hang on. Let me find my notes. Got a notepad over here somewhere.
Last one did pretty well. It was fun.
Yeah, no, I mean, they're always good. Yeah. So just because I saw, he recently did an interview with Chris Van Vliet talking about it, but, the Mick Foley versus The Rock, where Mick Foley wins the title on was it January 4th?
It's not the one where he split his head open 90 times. Is it?
No, that's the Royal Rumble. No, I want the one where he wins the title, where the whole that'll put butts in seats because they filmed it the week before.
So what's the year? 'Cause I'm writing it down.
January 4th, 1999. It's the one where Foley beats The Rock for the title, and there's a loud pop when Foley wins the title, but the louder pop is when Austin comes out and just wrecks everybody. Yeah, no, that's a great, yeah. I watched the Chris Van Vliet.
So I'm good.
I watched the Chris Van Vliet interview with Mick, and he was talking about it. And I have a paper where I had like 12 matches written down. I'm like, I think I have. Yep.
WWE on YouTube is at 111 million subscribers.
Jesus Christ, man. Was like 325 and I'm pumped about that. 111 million. And I mean, there's what, 10 other channels that are better that have more than them. I don't know. What is that?
The order, but
yeah, I would assume the only one I could even think of that would be for sure bigger than them is like Mr. Beast. I know a bunch of people think they know about him. I don't know, but I don't pay that close of attention. Damn.
And WCW is at like 400,000.
Well, yeah, and then they've got the WWE Vault channel, and then,
they're all in there.
Good
little way to make some extra cash on the side now, isn't it?
Well, and what I've learned too from doing what we're doing here of it, like when you do get to the point where you can put in ads, you can kind of pick how many ads you do. I've noticed that WWE has maximum ads, like every 5 to 8 minutes, unless it's a live video, they're like ad. Which, I mean,
when I started seeing that, I went to add no more, please. And that's what I did, and I pay the extra whatever I pay for.
Yeah, it's and I mean, you can't blame WWE for that or anybody.
No.
Yeah, no. You get as many ads as you want to in there. They cram them in there. I mean, I totally get it. For the stuff that we're doing now, I'm doing like the minimum version. I'm not trying, but sure, we'll take a little ad revenue when we can of it, but I'm trying more.
If you're wondering what he's talking about, folks, it's available. Our show is available on all podcast networks.
Every single podcast platform. If you find one that we are not on, like I said before, please let us know or send me a DM. I will get us on there. But as far as I know, Spreaker has us kind of covered for at least all the major ones that everybody uses. I don't think anybody uses some random weird sites for those. And then everything else is also on our YouTube channel at AltJakeTakesOn. Please subscribe if you haven't. I've got our handle in the title here, please. I think we're marching towards 400 slowly, but we're getting
slowly but surely.
Yeah, no, but the thing is, the people that subscribe usually watch, so I'll take that. It's not like we've got not be like paid for subscribers, or it's like, oh yeah, all my family subscribed and they didn't watch any of it or whatever. We're trying to bring in people that actually want to watch and subscribe, all that good stuff.
Right. So what happened was we did our Thursday show. We did not get Tony Khan prior to Dynamite. However, Tony decided to come on Friday night from his dad's yacht, pardon me.
I was going to say, yeah, thank you.
And did a 13-minute video there, followed by Saturday's combination platter of 2 videos. So, our special announcement is that we will air the review of the Tony Khan live on X's after this broadcast is over on Spaces.
Yeah, nope, I've got them ready to go. The audio will be posted pretty much right away. The video will take a little bit of time through YouTube, but it'll be pretty quick. And yeah, we went in and watched both of the live videos. The You'll see why there's two if you haven't gone on and seen
Not
them
the
yet.
one Friday. We didn't.
Yeah,
do
we didn't do the Friday one because it was just silly. And George does the recon. He took the time to watch them all, and basically everything that Tony says in the first one, he says in the second one. Just says it on a yacht and basically makes you feel like he wants you to think that he's better than you because he's on his daddy's yacht with, the one with the pool and all the screens. And what did you say? It's got 30 employees and costs $30 million to run a day.
Yeah, if you have time, you can watch it on your own, but you can tell they're on a boat because the camera keeps moving.
Yeah.
And it's awkward because he's flexing big time. It's like, yeah, we're on the mega yacht.
Don't watch him to get seasick. You might need some Dramamine. No, but yeah, we watched both of the ones that he did yesterday before Collision. That'll be, but that he brought a special guest out for, which we talk about it and have on the thumbnail as well. That was very entertaining. That seems to be one of at least my new favorite things that we've been doing is reviewing and discussing the, is what is of Tony Khan going live. Sometimes
what happens is I'll catch it live, then I'll watch it 95 times, and Jake lets him watch it at all. Till we get there.
I come in blind and try to see what he's doing, what he's talking about.
So I kind of know what to kind of look for ahead of time.
Yeah. And let me know when to get a pause in there. Although there is some stuff you missed of it because he talked some crap about other things that you didn't catch before that was even funnier on our video. So please. If you want more content from us, go check out our YouTube page or our podcast feeds. Right after we end this, I will go ahead and post both of those. But anything else we wanted to cover today? Anything else we wanted to talk about or do?
No. I think that's it for me.
Yeah, no, I think I'm pretty good for today. And I know we've got our live show this Thursday at 8:45 p.m. Eastern on our YouTube channel. Please tune into that. We will be reviewing, I guess, the Go Home Dynamite before Full Gear. Oh boy, another go home show. This should be a lot of fun.
I'm going to predict it's actually going to be semi-decent.
Well, as long as as long as we get some Tony Khan live and we get something to talk about, I'll be interested. But we'll make it fun and we'll make it work even if we don't. And if you don't want to watch the AW shows, don't listen to our live reviews. We will literally go through segment by segment, beat by beat. I take notes. It's a whole thing. And
I'm going to say something right now.
Please.
If he doesn't come on before Dynamite, it's a miscarriage of justice.
Oh man, yes, I like it. That's on that note, we will see you all next week back here on Sunday Night Spaces at 8:05 p.m. Eastern. Have a good week. Have a good week, everybody, and we will catch you next time. Peace.
Take care, folks.